James purchased a sailboat for $23,000. He paid a deposit of $5,000 and obtained a loan from the bank for the balance. Calculate the amount borrowed from the bank. And so in order for us to determine the amount borrowed from the bank, we're going to take 23,000 and subtract it with 5,000, and that's going to give us 18,000. So the amount that he borrowed from the bank is $18,000. And we know that because the cost for the boat is $23,000, but he paid $5,000, and the rest he obtained from the bank. So we subtract 23,000 and 5,000, which means that the loan that he got from the bank for the balance is going to be $18,000. That's the amount that he borrowed. Next, the question asks us to determine or to calculate the total amount repaid to the bank. But it says that he agreed to repay the loan in 3 years at the rate of 9.5% simple interest. Calculate the total amount repaid to the bank. And so to answer this question, we're going to use the simple interest formula, which states principal times rate times time all over 100. Here, the principal is the amount borrowed, which is 18,000. The rate is 9.5%, which is 9.5. And the time is 3 years, and so that's going to be 3. And we're going to put that all over 100. Next, we multiply 18,000, 9.5, and 3. And when we multiply those three numbers, we get 513,000. And we're going to put that all over 100. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to divide these two numbers. And when we divide, we get 5,130. And so the simple interest is 5,130. But we need to determine, or we need to calculate the total amount repaid to the bank. And so the total amount repaid to the bank is going to be the amount borrowed plus the simple interest charges. And so it's going to be amount borrowed, which is 18,000, plus the simple interest, which is 5,130. And so when we add them two together, we get 23,130. And so that means that our answer to this question is 23,130. Let's move on to the next question. The next question says, James repaid the loan in equal monthly payments. Calculate his monthly payments. Now, in order for us to, the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to determine the total number of months. Indeed, there are 3 years. So he have to repay this in 3 years. And so how many months is that? Well, we do 12 times 3. We do 12 times 3 because there are 12 months in a year and there are 3 years. So it's going to be 12 times 3, which is 36 months. So the total number of months is 36 months. Next, we need to determine his monthly payments, which is going to be 23,130, right? That's the total amount that he has to pay back, 23,130 divided by 36. When we divide it by 36, we get $642.50. And so that means that each month for 3 years, he has to pay $642.50. And that's the answer to this question.